So I wasn't going to put a video up, and then I thought, you know what, I will. At nearly 40 years old, autistic, living a very, very clean life. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I take very minimal medications, I use acupuncture to look after myself, I drink herbal teas, I allow myself a very small amount, a maximum of half a teaspoon of Kenko Smooth black coffee a day, max. I found out the hard way last night that you can get caffeine poisoning. And I mean the hard way. So, basically, I'd barely eaten anything, so empty stomach, not a good idea. I'd spent a week in a hotel, barely eaten, barely slept, overstimulated my brain with a lot of sensory and staring at a computer screen. So I thought, I'll get out my hotel room and I'll go and do some work in Costa. You know, it's a nice little coffee shop. I got there for 9 o'clock. I'd already had my little half a teaspoon before I left. Absolutely feeling great. Got working. I was still slightly overstimulated by everything going on around me. My headphones died, so I couldn't deal with that. So I ordered myself a nice large oat latte. And then another. And then another. And then a mango tea to finish. I had my last drink of coffee at 4. My first one started at 9. I felt fine. A little bit weird in the shop, getting some gentness and toe issues. As the fresh air hit me and I started walking outside and exercising the walk back to my hotel room, I felt weird. My heart rate was going funky. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't cope. I got some chest pain. I got tightness in my jaw, pain going into my shoulder. And of course, I'm way too aware of red flags. And I'm thinking, oh God, I'm having a heart attack. Oh God, I'm having a stroke. My face felt funny. Everything felt wrong. And I couldn't breathe and I couldn't cope. And my entire anxiety just went boom. Everything I keep in went out. And then I started having everything come out physically. It was coming out of every orifice. This one, that one, and the other one. It was like, oh my Lord. Diuretic, definitely. And at this point, I'm thinking I'm dying and I'm in a hotel room on my own and I'm going to die in a hotel room on my own and nobody's even going to get me. And all I can think is, how am I going to get my laptop back to home? You know, randomly. How am I going to get my laptop back home? Just madness. I felt like I was dying, but I'm worried about my laptop. Luckily, my husband came to me, and while he drove 4 hours to get to me in the middle of nowhere in a hotel room to make me feel better, I love that man so much, that's when the vomiting got worse and when the shakes started. Now, I've been an epileptic, and I tell you what, having an epileptic seizure is more preferred over those tremors. My muscles were cramping, my toes were going in funky shapes, and I daren't put an electrode onto it because if I did, I thought I'd make the situation worse. I just had to ride it out. I lay there in a bed feeling like everything is moving and my entire body was moving, spasming left, right and centre, and I just had to breathe and get my levels down. Now, in the end, I did finally sleep once my husband was there, and I was twitching most of the night, having cramps up and down, lots and lots of water. I needed to flush my body through and I needed to get as much out. It's now 12 o'clock the next day. I'm tired now, really tired. I still feel nauseous. I still feel awful. The headache's now started. My eyes are stretched. And what I've learnt is, coffee, not always a good thing. If you're going to drink coffee, maybe 1 or 2, you can get caffeine poisoning. And yeah, I should have probably gone to the hospital last night, but also I didn't need to. I knew I was okay, but oh my Lord, that was an experience. Turns out, caffeine poisoning is a thing. Don't drink too much coffee, guys. Take care.